Here's our challenge, college. But everybody has a different idea of what college is supposed to be, how it's supposed to be approached, how you're supposed to prepare for college. And what I'm curious about is what do high school students that are going to go to college feel about everything involved with getting ready for college. That's what we're going to talk about today on Conversations. All right, today we have two people who are, coincidentally enough, seniors in high school. We have Julia and Lindy. There you go, Lindy with a Y. There you go. All right, so you guys are seniors.
Yes.
At what age did the whole college conversation begin?
Well, seriously, I think like senior year is when I started
recently,
exactly like looking
Really?
at schools.
Yeah, like when
Oh
I
my
had
gosh,
applied.
that surprises me completely
Well,
because
like it's been in the air
Yeah.
like since we started coming to high school. Like everyone's talking about it.
okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
So like when you were freshmen, that's when, who brought it up? Your parents or no?
No, kind of just the
Students here, like all they talk about is college.
No kidding. Well, this school is kind
Yeah.
of that path.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call this, kind of like a accelerated academic
Yes,
institution.
exactly.
Let's just go with that.
That's good.
All right, so that's interesting that your parents didn't really bring it up, that the students brought it up. And what was that conversation like when you were freshmen?
I didn't really know that much about it. Like it was just
Yeah.
kind of, you just always hear about it. People are always talking about college, so.
Did you feel, Lindy, did you feel that you had to go to college?
I wanted to go to college.
Why?
I feel like just like to get a good job, and like I feel like that's like kind of where you need to start for life.
So if you had to start working right now, what would be the ideal job?
I don't know.
Really?
I don't really have like a big interest into something. I feel like college, like my interest is like a major in college.
Yeah.
So like I need to start there, kind of.
And you haven't decided what that major is going to be yet?
No, I do.
Oh, you do? What is it?
I want to do marine biology.
Marine biology. That's cool. And then what about you?
I want to study communications.
So that,
So I can go into, I like social media, marketing, things like that. So
Okay.
I feel like that's a good major.
okay. So did you always know that that's what you wanted from college or no?
Not necessarily. I kind of questioned it a little bit because I think times have changed so much and education has changed so much. I did look at like, for the jobs I want, do I need this, or like what are the benefits of going? And for me, like majorly, it's always been the social aspect of school that I really enjoy,
Oh,
rather than what I actually get from it academically. So that's one of my biggest reasons for going, is I love being involved on a campus. But yeah, so hopefully.
okay, wait a minute. Julia, what I just
Yes.
heard you say is that you wouldn't go to college primarily for the education. You would go primarily for the social environment and just to experience the college life. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it depends on what you want to learn. Like if you're going into sciences, it's hard to get that information anywhere else. But for what I want to learn, I've already learned so much from like, I take online classes and I've gone to conventions and I learn a lot that way and I've progressed. So I've had to research and make sure that the majors I'm going into will provide me with information that will actually benefit me.
Okay, now wait, Lydia, this is interesting because the way she's talking about it, she doesn't have, it's almost like college isn't necessary for the career that she wants, but she would like to have that experience as part of her life arc. But for you, how do you feel about that? For somebody that doesn't really need to go to college for a career, just for the experience of it, does that influence the way you look at college?
Yeah, it would. Like if I were to think of like a different major or something, like, I don't know, I feel like communications, like social media, like it's already like in our lives.
Right.
So like you kind of just learn from outside life.
So there are
rather
some
than education.
majors where college is not necessary, but that's fascinating the reason that you want to go to college. You know what, I think we're going to come back after this little message and we're going to dive into the colleges that maybe have piqued their interest, and we're going to go a little bit more about, we just put up a new microphone for Lydia, that's fun. Not Lydia. No.
Lindy.
Lindy! Too many Christmas. Okay, so we'll be back in just a couple of minutes, seconds. All right, Conversations continues, and our guests today are Julia and Lindy with a Y. And now we're at the point where they've done a little bit of research, and so we're kind of curious as to what you have your eye on, what colleges you have. So let's go to the computer and take a look at the first college that you're thinking about. Because I also need to preface this, you said that you're kind of similar and you're hoping that you'll be able to go to the same college together, so that's why it's kind of a all-for-one deal. So explain this.
Well, we have a really great local university, Cal State Fullerton, so that's always a great option. It's a big school and they have a ton of majors, and
we could live at home and like.
It's literally across the street from this campus, right?
We won't have to deal with parking.
which is a positive and a negative.
Well, yeah, okay, we'll get into that in a second, but I'm interested more about the college. So tell me a little bit more about Cal State Fullerton and why.
Well, the school in itself isn't something that like attracts me 100%, but it's more of the location. I'd be able to stay at home. It's where I already live. So that's like the major benefit of this school.
That's cool because you stay at home where you already live.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
What about you?
It's the same. Like, I'd probably go there just because of the location. I mean, it has a good marine biology program, but there's
Do you
like
have
other
friends
schools out
that are
there.
about to go to college and their goal is to get as far away from their home as they possibly can?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you relate to that at all?
I really like being independent, so that's kind of the allure of going away from me, and not
Right.
necessarily that I want to get away, but it depends on your situation.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
How much of it is financially driven, like it would cost less to live at home compared to maybe going away in the dorm life and
Yeah,
things like that?
I think that's a big factor because obviously, and I think you have to look at how much you're planning to make and what you're actually going to get out of your education. If you're going to go and spend all this money and start your adult life off in debt, or if you want to be
That's a
a
great
little bit more
point.
stable.
When did you become aware of the finances of college?
Seriously, like the beginning of this year.
Really? You know what's fascinating to me? I have to back up a little bit because the ACT, the SAT, and all that college prep exams happen in your junior year.
I took mine my senior.
Yeah,
I took it in October.
senior, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Like in the
You give that
summer.
option? Really, you too? During the summer? Why did you delay?
Because I didn't really feel a rush or like a need to do it. I think I don't know. I'm just going into it very like whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And so you can take it up until February
Yeah.
of this year. So I feel like October.
Do you have the results?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Was it?
Yeah.
Are
It
you
was
satisfied with
my
it?
plan was to take it once, and
Yeah.
I got it.
So what you get, what you get.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
good.
There's some people who like will take it as many
They'll
times
take
as they
it,
can to
yeah.
try to get the highest score, but I'm just not. I was
All right.
satisfied.
Cal State Fullerton was your first choice. Do you have another campus up there that we can look at?
Do you want to do yours?
Let's bring it up on the laptop.
I'm thinking of the University of Hawaii just because it has a good marine biology program, and if I wanted to like live somewhere else, I could go there.
Holy
and it's
moly, look at
super
that photo.
pretty.
Jiminy Christmas. Wait, that's on the Big Island, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think the one I'm applying to is in the smaller island.
Which one?
I'm applying to Hilo, or
Where-
it's like on a different side of the island.
Oh, but it's still the Big Island.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. And is that more just for the environment?
Yeah. pretty
Because you
much.
marine biology, does it make any difference whether or not a college actually specializes in marine biology?
I think it'd be better to go to a college that's specialized in biology just for like jobs in the future.
Does Cal State Fullerton have that?
It has marine biology.
And Hawaii does too? What's the third one?
Oh my. She
third
has
college.
Oh.
Third
I have one. So one of the ones I liked in New York was Fordham. I really like historic campuses and campuses that just like look old.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
I love history.
Yeah, yeah.
And then New York's a great place to be for what I want to do.
For communications?
Yeah.
Is this one of yours as well?
No.
Oh, okay. So we're just in the Julia world.
Yeah. Well, that was the Lindy
Yeah.
World.
Yeah, oh, Hawaii was the Lindy world.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so going that far away to college, you mentioned that you were independent, but which part of New York is Fordham in?
I think it's like an hour from the city.
Is it on the island, Long Island?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, anyway. So you wouldn't be living in Manhattan. You'd be living kind of away from the big city. That changes everything as well, because I know there's some colleges that are actually in Manhattan, you'd be in the city. It's kind of like if you went to UCLA or USC here in Los Angeles. Does that make a difference? Do you like the idea of you'd be like more of a campus life as opposed to being in a major metropolitan, although you'd be close enough, but you wouldn't
Yeah.
be immersed in it. Does that make a difference?
I think it does. I like campus life, and I think that's a cool experience to have because you're not going to get that any other place. So as long as the town surrounding the college is nice, then that's good enough for me.
Have you been there?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Do you plan to make any trips, either of you, to any of these campuses besides Fullerton?
I'm actually going to Hilo in the spring, so I'll get to see the campus there too.
We're almost out of time, so we're going to skip that second commercial break. We've got about 40 seconds left. And so I'm curious now about the application process and no, you know what I'm really curious about? The conversations you've had with your parents. Can you give me in 20 seconds each kind of a synopsis of that conversation of, I think I want to go to this college? Mm-hmm. I'll let you go first.
I think
Julie.
I'm really lucky that my parents are very supportive of whatever I want to do. So my approach now is I just want to apply to a bunch of different places and see where I get yeses from, and then kind of narrow down my list and consider. So they've just been supportive, which I think is really cool.
If you decided you didn't want to go to college, would they still be supportive?
If I had like a really good reason and a really good plan, I think they would be.
I don't know how to turn this off. That's funny. There you go. So what about you?
My parents were like the exact same. Like they'd be supportive of anywhere I go. So it was pretty much up to me to decide.
Even if you took a year off?
I don't know about that, but like that wasn't really one of my like plans that I wanted to do. So they knew like my plan and like what I wanted to do. So.
All right. So you know what that means. The next time we talk, we're going to talk about what in the world do parents think of the kids that have made decisions maybe not totally in line with the parents' vision. That's going to be our next conversation. Take care. We'll see you later.